Okay, so we're doing top tens again. This time we're at wide receivers. Of course, we got Michael Thomas, the reception leader. He had 149 catches, 1,700 yards with 9 touchdowns. He played absolutely unbelievable. He's a dog. He's a dog. 80.5 catch percentage. So 8 out of 10 times, he catching that. Throw that shit up. 8 out of 10 times, he catching that. So he's my number one receiver, of course, right now, just based off the season he had. Number 1, 2, and 3 are Michael Thomas, Julio, and DeAndre Hopkins. Put them in whatever 3 order you want because they're about right here. So if whoever you put at 1, 2, or 3 is not disrespectful because they're all on the same level. Julio Jones, Pro Bowler. He missed the game. Actually, the Thanksgiving game against the Saints. He had 99 catches, 1,400 yards with 6 touchdowns. About a 60% catch rating. I don't know. Julio Jones, 60% catch rating. That's usually what he's been over his whole career, about 60%. Matt Ryan isn't as accurate as other quarterbacks in the league. I still think that he's a top receiver, and he's physical, he's dominant, and he's just gonna get open and he's gonna catch it. Like once the ball hit his hands, he's not dropping it. He's not dropping. He's definitely gonna catch that, and he's just an all-out beast. Number 3, DeAndre Hopkins, former receiver. They call him Nuke. Former receiver of the Houston Texans before he got traded to the Arizona Cardinals. This year he had 104 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns. With a catch rating about 70, so 7 out of 10 times he's gonna catch the ball. He's big, he's physical, he wants warrior. You know, he went on Stephon Gilmore, Tre'Davious White, Jalen Ramsey every year before he left. Well, they're in the same division again, but Jalen Ramsey every single year, and you can't, like, he's just so much of a beast. And basically, since Deshaun Watson has been in the league, he's just been first team All Pro. And he's just the all-out dominant and physical. He's just all-out dominant and physical beast, and he's a top 3 receiver. 4th, you got Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams' route running is just ridiculous. He gotta be probably the best route runner in the league. This year, he missed. I think he missed 4 games. He had 83 catches, 997 yards with 5 touchdowns. About 65% catch rating. He did get injured. My fault. I know he did. He did get injured. So he has Aaron Rodgers throwing in the ball. You know, of course, he's a Pro Bowler this year. He's an absolutely good route runner. He killed the Seahawks in that playoff game, and he had that 1 catch against Richard Sherman. But that game was already over. I think that he's just an unbelievable receiver, and he's top 5 receiver for sure. Of course, Tyreek Hill, speedster, fast, 4.30, probably 4.22, quick. His stats don't mean anything to me because he's not a possession receiver. You want to just dump it down to him, and then he just watch him run after catch. And he's just unbelievable. He's really fast, and nobody can, like, in space, you can't compete with that man. You have to double team him. 6, Keenan Allen. I think Keenan Allen is really underrated this year. Of course, he had Phillip Rivers throwing him the ball. Phillip Rivers is not what he used to be. 20 plus interceptions this year, but this year he had 104. He had 104 receptions, 1,200 yards, and 6 touchdowns with about a 70 catch percentage. That's pretty good. He's going to be throwing to either Tyrod Taylor right now, unless they sign someone, maybe Cam Newton. But right now he's throwing Tyrod Taylor's going to be throwing the ball. I think he's an unbelievable receiver. And about 1,200 yards plus. These last 3 years, he's been a Pro Bowler. about 1,200 yards. All 3 years, 6 touchdowns. He's great, and I think he's underrated, and he's gonna prove himself. Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he's the best receiver. I think he's the best receiver. He was the best receiver on his team this year. I still think Mike Evans is better than him overall. This is his 3rd year. Played 14 games. He had 86. See, this is run after catch because he's like top 3 in yards, but he only had like 86 catches. So 86 catches for 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns. It's unbelievable. I think he's good, and Jameis Winston's throwing him the ball. He had 30+ interceptions. It's absolutely dog shit. He's a Pro Bowler, 1st year, and he's always just been a yard after catch, man. He just yards after catch, or he's just getting the big ones down the field, and just come down with it. Cooper Kupp, I think that he's really an underrated receiver. Of course, he got injured in 2018 season. I think that maybe if he's there, they could maybe compete with the Patriots more in that Super Bowl. This year, 94 catches, 1,200 yards, and 10 touchdowns with about a 70%, with 70.1% catch percentage. I think Cooper Kupp is really good. Of course, Jared Goff regressed this year. 22-16. It's absolutely awful. And I think that Cooper Kupp is he's just amazing. I think that he's actually underrated. I think people don't actually know how good he is, and he can just come down with the ball. Absolutely unbelievable. Cooper Kupp, I think that if Jared Goff gets it under wraps, then he'll be all set. Kenny Galladay, I think that I'm saying underrated a lot, but I think that he's absolutely underrated. Of course, he has Matthew Stafford. He's a Pro Bowl this year. He had 65 catches for 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. He led the league in touchdowns. He's not a possession receiver. He's just going to go up and throw the ball up. I think he'll just go up there and get it. He always breaks the long ones. That's mainly what he do. He breaks the long ones. 65 for 190. That's 10.3 per target. Like, oh my goodness. This man is a beast. And I think that he's completely undervalued as a wide receiver. And number 10, we have Mike Evans. Of course, this year he didn't have the year that he usually has. Career low in catches, even though he's a Pro Bowl for some reason. He had 67 yards, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns. With a catch percentage of about 55, 56, around there. He didn't have the same year he did. Of course, cornerback Marshawn Lattimore held him to 0 catches for 0 yards. And that's just absolutely atrocious as if you're going to be a top 10 receiver. Which is why I have him at the bottom of the top 10, because I don't know many receivers that are going to be at this level going to be held to 0 catches and 0 yards. That's just absolutely atrocious. And then my honorable mentions, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Devontae Parker, Allen Robinson. Those are all receivers who are just bottom, that next level could possibly climb. I know Amari Cooper is inconsistent, and that's ultimately what's holding him back. DJ Moore, get you a quarterback, he'll be up there. Devontae Parker, he putting up numbers. You seen what he did to Stephon Gilmore in Week 17. Absolutely unbelievable. Allen Robinson been in the league for a minute. Since 2014, Jacksonville let him go. This year he played good, 7 touchdowns. Of course, Mitch Trubisky isn't the quarterback that we all thought he would be this year. But all those receivers are just at the brink of being at the next level, and I believe that they can take that next step. It just all depends how things work out.